What is gratuity? Gratuity is a retirement benefit given by employer to employee in consideration of past services. That means whatever past services performed by employee by employee, and for consideration some amount is given to the employee by the employer, then it is considered as a gratuity. So it is nothing but one type of retirement benefit, and section 10 subsection 10 deals with the exemptions from gratuity income. So we will discuss all these exemptions under section 10 subsection 10. Now such exemption can be claimed by salaried assessee. That means who can claim the benefit of gratuity? It is claimed only by salaried assessee. So this you have to remember. Gratuity received by an assessee other than employee shall not be eligible for exemption under section 10 subsection 10. For example, gratuity received by an agent of LIC of India is not eligible for exemption under section 10 subsection 10, as the agents are not the employee of the LIC of India. So this is also important for the MCQ purpose. That means if any amount of gratuity received by a salaried person, then only it is available as a exemption under section 10 subsection 10. If it is not received by employee, then exemption of section 10 subsection 10 is not available. Here one example of LIC is given. If agent is working for the LIC, that means he is not the employee of LIC. So whatever gratuity received by him is not exemption is not available to him. Now gratuity received during the continuation of service. This is also very important point that you should keep in mind, and MCQ can also be asked for this also. Gratuity received during continuation of service. That means during the service whatever amount of gratuity received, it is fully taxable. Remember these words, it is fully taxable in the hands of all employees, whether government or non-government employee. So whether person is government employee or non-government employee, it is fully taxable. So gratuity received during the continuation of service, it is fully taxable. Now if gratuity received at the time of termination of service by a government employee, if it is received by a government employee, in that case gratuity received at the time of termination of service by government employee, then it is fully exempt from tax under section 10 subsection 10 clause 1. Means if gratuity received during the job, during the continuation of job, then it is taxable for both the types of employee, government as well as non-government employee. But if gratuity received by the government employee after the termination of job, then it is fully exempt under section 10 subsection 10 clause 1. Notes here. So now every time whenever it is said that it is exempt for government employee, so now you have to understand which type of government employees are covered here. So here government employee means central government employee, state government employee, local authority, but does not includes employee of statutory corporations. So only three types of government's employee are included here: central government employee, state government employee, or local authority, but does not include employee of statutory corporation. So that you can also remember for MCQ purpose which type of employee can be considered as government employee in case of gratuity. Then or you can, it can be asked in such a way also, which type of employee is not considered for calculating benefit of gratuity, which type of government employee is not considered for calculating benefit of gratuity. In that, options are central government employee, state government employee, local authority. Then what is your answer? Statutory corporation employee will be your answer. कौन से तरह का गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉई ग्रेजुइटी का जब आप कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हो तब उसमें आपको इंक्लूड नहीं करना है, तो उसका आंसर आपका स्टेचुटरी कॉर्पोरेशन का एम्प्लॉय बन जाएगा। नाउ दिस इज ऑल अबाउट फॉर गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय। Now we have to discuss gratuity received at the time of termination of service by non-government, including foreign government employee covered by payment of gratuity act. So here covered word is important. If they are covered by payment of gratuity act, then how to make calculations for the act. So here two types of employee we have to discuss: covered and not covered. So which type of employee are covered by payment of gratuity act? Because two rules are applicable. For covered different rules are applicable, and for not covered different rules are applicable. So now what we are discussing right now, we are discussing about non-government employee, and if they receive gratuity at the time of termination of job or at the time of retirement of job, which type of calculation we have to make. In such case, minimum of the following will be exempt under section 10 subsection 10 clause 2. In case of government employee, section is 10.10.1, but in case of non-government employee, not covered, it is 10.10.2. So here only you have to remember three steps: actual gratuity received, maximum amount of 20 lakh, or 15 working days salary for every completed year of service. If you do it arithmetically, then you have to follow this step: 15 divided by 26 multiply by completed year of service and salary per month. Now we will understand each point. Now what is actually gratuity received? That is clear cut given in the example. What is 20 lakh? This is fixed, and this 20 lakh is statutory limit. Now we have to focus on step number 3: 15 working days salary for every completed year of service. So here, first of all, we have to understand 15 upon 26. Why 15 upon 26? I think 26 is taken because there are four holidays. Normally, four holidays will come. So, four Sundays are excluded. So, 15 upon 26, they want to take half month. So, 15 upon 26 multiply by completed year of service. Here, this word completed year of service is very important because completed year of service includes any fraction in excess of 6 months. For example, 7 years, 9 months will be treated as 8 years. 7 years, months, 7 years, and 7 years and 5 months will be treated as 7 because less than 6. And 7 years, 6 months will be treated as 7s. That means what? Completed year of service includes any fraction in excess of 6 months. So if there are some fractions in the year, like if it is 8 year, let us say, if it is 8 years, 9 months, then you have to take 9 years. That because 9 months is more than 6 months. If it is 8 years, 6 months, then you have to take only 8 years. So if it is 8 years, 6 months, and 1 day, in that case you have to take 9 years because it is more than 6 months. So 1 day is also included. So completed a year of service, that will make change in your answer if you have not taken it properly. So you have to keep this in your mind. Now what is salary here? Means very easy. Salary means basic plus DNS allowance. It includes DNS pay also. So last drawn, whatever last salary you have drawn, that you have to include. So here salary means only two things are included: basic plus DA, last drawn. So whatever is your last month basic salary, whatever is your last month dearness allowance or DNS pay, you have to make total of it and apply this total into and put this total into your formula. In case of employee of a seasonal establishment, say for example some employees are of a seasonal employment, they are in seasonal employment. In that case, we will not take 15 days and we will take 7 days. So 7 upon 26 multiply by completed year of service and salary per month. We will take this. These are important points for MCQ purpose also, and that can be asked for long questions also, to how to calculate the gratuity benefit and what is the statutory limit in case of gratuity. So then your answer should be 20 lakh. What are the completed, what is the meaning of completed year of service in case of gratuity? Payment, if it is, a person is covered by payment of gratuity act 1972, then you have to explain completed year of service means full. If any fraction in excess of 6 months, you have to consider. So by keeping all these points in your mind, now let us understand how to calculate gratuity. Ashok, an employee of ABC Limited, receives rupees 2,05,000 as gratuity under the payment of gratuity act 1972. He retires on 10th of September 2021 after rendering service of for 35 years and 7 months. Now the last drawn salary was 2,700 per month. Calculate the amount of gratuity chargeable to tax. So this sum is important for MCQ purpose also, because very easy question. So how, what is the amount of gratuity that is taxable? Here you have to focus. If it is asked taxable amount, then you have to give answer is a taxable for the taxable amount. But if it is asked what is the exempted amount, then you have to write down exempted amount only. Don't mix up the answer. Now in this sum, like what amount of gratuity you have received? 2,05,000, and he retires on 10th of September. And what is the completed year of service? 35 years and 7 months. That means in that case, what years you have to take? That means in this case, you have to take 36 years, because months are in excess of 6 months. Now 2,700 per month. This is last salary drawn, and here there is no bifurcation for DA and basic allowances. So now in that DNS allowance, what is DS and DNS allowance and what is basic salary, that is not given. So in that case, you have to take 2,700 per month. So now let us start the calculation. Computation of taxable gratuity for Mr. Ashok for the assessment year 2022-23. So here, first of all, we will write down particulars, details, amount rupees. Gratuity received 2,05,000, which is already given in the example, 2,05,000, and it is printed here also. Less minimum of the following is exempt under section 10, subsection 10, clause 2. Now A, actual gratuity received. So what amount of actual gratuity you have received? 2,05,000. Second, B, statutory amount. What is the statutory amount? That is prescribed in the law. You can't change it. And it is 20 lakh. Now, 15 upon 26. Why 15 upon 26? Because he is not engaged in a seasonal employment. So we have to take 15 upon 26. 15 upon 26. Multiply by completed year of service. So what completed year of service? 35 years and 7 months. So that means what? You have to take 36 and rupees 2,700. That is, we have to assume that it is basic plus DA. So now if you make the calculation, you will get 56,077. Now from all these three amount, whichever is the lowest one will become your exemption. So lowest amount is 56,777. Sorry. So now if in the exam question is like that, what is the exempted amount in this case? So your answer should be 56,077. And what is the taxable gratuity? So now for that, what you have to do, you have to deduct 56,077 from this amount, and you will get this 1,48,923. So this is your taxable part of gratuity. So this is very simple calculation of gratuity. And when you have to do this calculation, when person is covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, so then you have to do such calculation, because in gratuity there are two things: gratuity, person covered under the gratuity of payment of gratuity act 1972, and not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So we have understood about the covered portion. Now, what type of calculation we have to make if person is not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972? So here two things are important: gratuity received at the time of termination of service by non-government employee, because for government employee it is fully exempt, including foreign government employee. Not covered, here this word not is very important, under the Payment of Gratuity Act. So gratuity received at the time of termination of service by non-government employee being not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act shall be exempted from tax under section 10, subsection 10, clause 3. Now, one is for government employee, two is for covered employee, and non-government employee covered, and three is for non-government employee not covered, to the extent of the lower of the following. Now, first one, same step. Actual gratuity received, statutory limit is 20 lakh. And here, this is just change. Instead of 15 upon 26, what we have taken? 1 upon 2 multiply by completed year of service multiply by average salary. So here, you have to understand, because here the third step will make the difference in your answer, because in third step all the points are different. Now you have to understand one by one. Completed year of service means what? Completed, while calculating completed year of service, ignore, this is very important word, ignore any fraction of the year. For example, 7 years 9 months will be treated as 7 years only. Don't consider it as a 8 years, you have to consider 7 years only. Now this is important, because in case of covered, you are considering, if it is 7 years 9 months, then what you have to take, what is your completed year of service? 8 years. But if person is not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act, then ignore any fraction, whether it is in excess of 6 months or not. Now, what is average salary? Here means basic salary plus DA. And here hashtag is given in DA. That means you have to take only forming part of the DA. That means if DA is not forming part of retirement benefit, then the same shall not be included in salary for the above purpose. However, DA itself shall be fully taxable. That means whenever you are calculating benefit of gratuity, whenever you are including DA, you have to include only forming part. Don't take the not forming part. But that doesn't means you have to don't tax not forming part. Whenever you are calculating your salary, you have to take full salary. But whenever you are calculating gratuity, then you have to calculate, you have to take only DA, which is forming part, and ignore not forming part. Now, many a time question comes, what is forming part? What is not forming part? Just government has given one type of bifurcation. So whenever you are doing any calculation, so forming part means what? You have to include that portion whenever you are calculating retirement benefit. And not forming part means what? If you are doing any calculation, don't include that. So that is the difference between forming part and not forming part. So, and you have to calculate here basic plus DA and commission, and commission must be fixed percentage of turnover achieved by employee only. Now if normal commission is given, then don't add it. So here salary includes only three things: basic salary, DA, and commission must be fixed percentage of turnover, and DA must be forming part only. Whereas it is not same in covered. In covered only basic plus DA last drawn, and then forming not forming bifurcation is also not given. In case of covered employee, you have to take full DA, but if person is not covered, you have to consider only forming part of DA. And here, what is your average salary? Average salary means being last 10 months salary. So now you have to find out last 10 months salary, average salary, immediately preceding the month of retirement. For example, if an employee retires on 18th of November 2020, then forget November, and then 10 months average salary shall be a period starting from January 2020 to October 2020. Because if you calculate from January to October, you will get exact 10 months. So which month you are not considering? You are not considering November, and your calculation starts from January to October. So this is all you have to keep in mind whenever you are calculating gratuity, and it is for not covered employee. Now let us discuss one example so that your concept gets stronger. Mr. Oldman retires from his job after 29 years and 6 months and 15 days of service. So here 29 years, 6 months and 15 days. But here, what is the completed year of service? Means completed year of service means only years you have to take, ignore any fraction. So you have to ignore this fraction of 6 months and 15 days. Now, next one, he retires on 17th of December 2021. That means if you want to find out average month salary of last 10 months, then in that case ignore December, and your calculation starts from February, February to November, and received gratuity amounting to rupees 4 lakh. Now his salary at the time of retirement was basic salary 6,000 per month, dearness allowance rupees 1,200 per month, house rent allowance of rupees 2,000 per month, which is no use in this case, but it is given because sometimes students include this also and they will make a mistake. Commission on turnover is 1%, commission on profit is 5,000 per 5,000. So now two types of commission is given, one is on turnover and another is on profit. So now which type of commission you have to include? Here you have to include only the commission which is given on turnover achieved by employee. If commission is given on profit, don't include that commission. He got increment on 1/4/2021 of rupees 1,000 per month. This will make a difference because there is a change in salary from April 2021 in basic. So your basic salary from 1st April 2021 is 1,000 increase. That means what was 1,000 increase. Now turnover achieved by employee is 1 lakh, because this is also important because commission is given on turnover and you have to make 1% of 1 lakh per month. Now calculate his taxable gratuity. If he is non-government employee and not covered by payment of gratuity act, that means two words are important. First one is non-government and second one is not covered. Now computation of taxable gratuity of Mr. Oldman for assessment year 2020 to 23. Now, particulars, details, amount rupees, gratuity 4 lakh. How much gratuity person has received? 4 lakh. Now, what exemption he will get? Minimum of the following is exempted as per section 10, subsection 10, clause I think 3, not 2, because we are discussing 3. So here there is a mistake. It is 3 because it is not covered. Now, actual gratuity received 4 lakh, that is given in the question, 4 lakh. Now Second one, statutory amount, statutory limit, that is also fixed by government, 20 lakh. And 1 upon 2 multiply by completed year of service multiply by salary per month. So 1 upon 2 and completed year of service we already discussed about 29 years, 6 months and 15 days. That means you have to take only 29 and 8,000. So 8,000 will come? That is 10 months average salary. We will discuss it, but let us say that right now it is 8,000. So 8,000, if you multiply this, you will get 1,16,000. So now from these three figure, whichever is lowest one will become your exempted amount. Again, once again, it can be asked in MCQ, what is your exempted amount and what is your taxable amount. At that time you should be very careful. What is your exempted amount? 1,16,000. And what is your taxable amount? 2,84,000. How you will get 2,84,000? You have to deduct 1,16,000 from 2,80. You have to deduct 1,16,000 from 4 lakh. You will get 2,84,000. So this is your taxable part of gratuity. Now here completed year of service is 29 years. Now salary here means what? So basic plus dearness allowance plus commission on turnover being last 10 months average salary, average just preceding the month of the retirement as shown below. So how to calculate average monthly salary? So this is a very important point, how to calculate average monthly salary. So first of all we will write down particulars, then our salary, because he retires on December 17th of December. So now February 21. So we our salary, our calculation starts from February to November because he retires on I will show you the date of retirement, 17th of December, 17th of December 2021. So now your calculation of average salary starts from November, and you have to go back. And if you go back 10 months, then you will get February. So your calculation from February, your calculation must start from February and it must end on November. So what is your salary in February? 5,000. What is your salary in March? 5,000. But what is your salary in April? 6,000. Because there is a rise in salary from of 1,000 from 1st April 2021. Your salary was raised by 1,000. So now your salary is 6,000 per month. So 6,000 now and onward, from April and onwards you have to consider 6,000. So that is why we have to make this calculation. If there is no change in salary, so then there is no need to make such calculation. But as there is a change in salary, so you have to find out, it is compulsory to find out 10 months average salary. So this will make change in your average salary. Now DA is same, there is no change in DA. Like DA is what? 1,200, 1,200 every month. Then what is commission? It is also 1,000 per month and 1,000 per month every year. It is fixed. There is no change in commission also. So if you make total of this all thing, then you will get 58,000. If you make total of this, you will get 12,000. If you make total of commission, you will get 10,000. So now make total of these three amount. If you make total of these three amount, 58,000, 12,000, 10,000, you will get 80,000. And it must be divided by 10 because you want to find out what is mean. Mean means sum of observation divided by number of observation. So here sum of observation is 80, number of observation is 10. So that means if you divide it, you will get 8,000. So that is why we have written 8,000 here. So this is very simple point for gratuity. And one more point that you have to keep in mind, while claiming the statutory amount, that is rupees 20 lakh, any amount earlier claimed as deduction under section 10 subsection 10 shall be reduced from 20 lakh. This is very important point. Students, you have to understand why what is written in this point. Say for example Mr. X is working in two company like PQR limited and XYZ limited. Now he retires from, or he leaves the job from the PQR limited, and he also gratuity from PQR limited, and total gratuity of total exemption of gratuity he got from the PQR limited is, let us say, 3 lakh. Now again he joined the new company, that is XYZ limited. Again he do job for some years, and after doing job he retires from that job also. Now he is getting exemption. Now he is getting exemption of rupees 5 lakh. So now what is the point of discussion here? So whenever you are making calculation for the XYZ limited, your statutory limit is 20 lakh. You know what is your statutory limit? It is 20 lakh. But now you have to reduce this 20 lakh by 3 lakh, because from the earlier job he already got the exemption of 3 lakh. So now your second step answer that you have to write down is 17 lakh. So in this case you have to write down 17 lakh. Now suppose he retires from the, if one line is added, he retires from the earlier job where he get exemption of 5 lakh, where he got the exemption of 5 lakh from the earlier job. In that case, now in your second step, what is your second step answer? Here you have to deduct. Second step will be like 20 lakh minus 5 lakh, because 5 lakh exemption he already got from the previous job. So now in second step you have to write down 15 lakh, that is said in this note. While claiming the statutory amount, that is 20 lakh rupees, any amount earlier claimed as deduction under section 10 subsection 10 shall be reduced from 20 lakh. So this is all about gratuity. If you have any doubt, please write down in a comment box so that I can make your doubt clear. And this is also important how questions can be asked. Small MCQ point like statutory limit, then how to calculate number of completed year of service, how to calculate basic average salary in case of not covered employee, and what steps you have to keep in mind, and how long questions can come from this. Any 5 mark question can come, like how to calculate exemption of gratuity in case of non-government employee not covered, or non-government employee covered by payment of gratuity act. So this type of long question of 5 marks can be come in the examination. It may come, it may not come.